So this is my first white belt tournament. Like the rest of my videos, I'm going to be doing my best to keep track of score, when things happen, try to narrate what I'm thinking, what I'm attempting to do, and constantly seeking out improvement. I think it's kind of important to note, at this point, I think I've only been doing jiu-jitsu for maybe about 2 months. So getting right into it. Start off with shaking hands. I'm super nervous at this point. My takedowns, I think I've mostly just been watching like YouTube videos, and maybe an hour, just talking, or an hour or two, just talking to my coaches about, kind of like a really basic game plan. I mean, obviously we went over like single leg takedowns and trying to snap them down, which even now I still don't feel comfortable with single leg takedowns, and obviously in tournament snapping people down it's a lot harder than it looks. He gets a pretty good takedown where he just trips me up and gets right to mount. So I believe the way that works is he gets 2 points for the takedown and then 4 points for the mount, I believe. And we ended up landing slightly out of bounds. They reset us. So you go right back to kind of where you were. At this point, as far as like escapes go, the only thing I kind of have in my toolkit is a tuck and roll. So I'm just like searching for his arms, and at this point you'll kind of notice, like, when I put my feet against the mat, I'm not bumping really hard. In my head, I thought I was doing a lot more than what I actually was, and I think this is like the first time I ever recorded myself rolling. So kind of seeing this was like kind of an eye-opener, and actually one of the reasons I thought about starting this YouTube channel and starting recording my rolls. So I've got, a couple of bumps where he's got a little bit of movement. He's attacking my arms. And then I managed to get back like half guard right here, where I think it's always good to be moving into better positioning, but half guard can be a kind of tricky situation in tournament, because if you don't hold on to that and they just get it right back, it's basically giving them like 4 free points. I do believe I lose it a little later in this video. He's attacking my arm. I'm just doing my best to hold on, which, at this point I should be trying to shrimp out. You'll see that I'm trying to move his knee and not my hips, which, it is what it is. I mean, even now, I'm still pretty bad about trying to move them instead of me, which is what it is. I'm not really grabbing. I'm not taking out his post every time I try to bump and roll here. And at this point, I'm pretty gassed. It doesn't seem like this would take a lot of energy, but it was just so much for me to handle. He's coming up on me kind of high and trying to push him back down. And my adrenaline is just pumping through the roof. My coaches are just doing their best. I mean, once again, I've only been at this point rolling for about 2 months. You can see, you can really see, like, I think the inexperience here. But I figure my personality type is, it's better to compete early. Win or lose, it doesn't really matter. You always got like those tournament jitters that kind of build up, and that's just a part of the game. It's just like learning how to handle yourself in a stressful situation. He does something pretty clever here where he goes to side control and then comes right back to mount. So at this point, he's just racking up points. I'm not doing a good job at all preventing him from moving around, moving into positions and then gaining advantages on me. and I can feel him kind of working up to this armbar. At this point, I do know one armbar escape. I try to roll up, and I just roll up a little too far, and that was it. And he was nice enough not to really like wrench down on my arm. And he was a really nice guy. I'm glad that I got to roll with him. At this point, I'm thinking everything's over. I'm going to get my belt and get ready to leave. And I'm told, you do have to stand in the middle, which I'm like, okay. And I'm told to put my belt back on. And I wish I had done this a little bit faster, but, it is one of those things where in the moment, I was trying to process everything that had just happened. Clearly, the world is waiting on me here. But he finally gets the W, and then I'm off to my no-gi match. Now, going into this, I'm a lot bigger than this guy. I think he had more experience than me. But, size alone, I really felt like I was just going to be able to shove him down to the ground. And I just, as hard as I was pulling down on him, just couldn't get him to fall, and that just boils down to inexperience. He gets me with an arm drag. I believe that's an arm drag. And then kind of swims right back out. I can't exactly remember I also don't remember what I was thinking. This has been a little while. Obviously, with somebody a lot lighter, it's like bumping them around has a much larger impact. So I just push him off of me here. Slow to come up to my feet, which has to do with just me not being in great cardio. And so once we're back up, I'm thinking, okay, well, I really need to get on top, which has been kind of my game plan forever. He gets me with another arm drag, and then immediately gets my neck here. And I was doing my best just to pull his arm down. He gets it super tight. And I remember, funny enough, like my neck popped. It went like crack, crack, crack. And he literally asked me, hey man, are you okay? And that's when I tapped. And once again, he was a really nice guy, really friendly. And he ended up in my second tournament kind of coaching me on the sidelines. So, my big takeaways from this is just, getting out there is always valuable. Obviously, there's so much room for improvement. It's not really worth like breaking down what I could be doing differently, I don't think. Especially since at this point I'm much further along down the line. And if you're interested in seeing my progression, at this point I have done up to 3 tournaments, so I'll have them in like a playable queue, and you can see me from my first tournament, which was my 2 months in, and then this is right at the beginning of COVID, so I take a 9-month break and then come back, and after being back for another 2 months, I go to my second tournament, and then I believe 1 more month after that, I go to my third tournament. So my third tournament was right at like my sixth month of jiu-jitsu. So, I'm going to continuously try to go to tournament after tournament and test myself. So hopefully, if you're interested in seeing my progression, go ahead and subscribe to the video or subscribe to the channel. And I hope you enjoyed this. And thank you again for watching.